Hey guys, Andy here. Just breaking in one of the motors we just sold to one of our customers. We prefer to break our motors in before we put the motor in the box and ship it out of the door. And the reason why we do that is we just want to make sure that everything's running properly. We've never had one not run properly. We've had slightly adjusted the carburetor on one before, but Viterazzi runs these motors at the factory themselves. They don't break them in, but they run them and they make sure things are running pretty clear. And yeah, so we get it. I offer to do it for them. Most of the people say yes, and we just come out here, we strap it into this carrier. Breaking in a motor is one of the more dangerous things you can do. If you're going to do it, I suggest that you have the motor secured. I wouldn't do it when it's on the ground, and I wouldn't do it on your back. Especially sometimes if you get a motor and you're starting it for the first time and something's off, people will get anxious and they'll start pulling a lot harder, and then they will stop paying attention and actually accidentally squeeze the throttle. Or there's been other issues with people breaking in the motor. I saw a video of a guy who started it the very first time. It started very first pull, but it sucked the little foam piece that they put in the air box into the carburetor and stuck the carburetor wide open. And he didn't get hurt, but it pushed him on his back. So because it's dangerous and because there could be some sort of issues in it that we want to make sure we find, we break in all of our engines before we send them out to our customers, if they let us. And that's what this process is. We don't use the customer's fuel tank, and we don't use the customer's fuel line or fuel system or their propeller. Even the cage pieces actually are not ones that are going out with the customer. So we put everything else, we put the motor on the main chassis, and then we hook up our own fuel system and all of our cage pieces, strap it into this rack, and then we put 2 fans on here. Now we don't run the fans the whole time when we're breaking them in. We let the motor warm up, and then when we start going to our 4,000 RPMs for 4 minutes, that's when we turn the fans on to cool the motor to simulate airflow like it would have if it was flying. And then when we go back down to idle, in between going up on RPMs, we turn the motors off. So it's a little bit of work, but it allows for a more natural cooling process that the motor normally gets when it's flying, and it doesn't allow for any hot spots while it's sitting here. And then when we turn the motor off, we turn off the fans as well because we want everything to cool evenly. But yeah, that's the process. I'll go ahead and show you how we do it. Got our RPM gauge, stand back here. I got my phone with my timer on it, and I go ahead and start that, and I have my ear protection. What I'm doing here is I'm making sure we're not getting different RPMs at different places, different positions on the throttle. Some machines, they don't have a good cable. You raise it up, the throttle will actually pick up. But now we go to 4,000 RPMs for 4 minutes. So this motor is actually revving up all the way to 80, almost 8,500 RPMs, but the last cycle is supposed to only be at 8,000 RPMs for 30 seconds, so I try to keep it just at 8,000. But yeah, I guess another benefit of us breaking these in for you is it doesn't upset your neighbors. I probably do this 5 times a month, and every time my neighbors come by walking their dogs, they just give me the ugly look, but you know, that's what we gotta do. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.